Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you're watching the replay of this up on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. So we're gonna dive in, we're gonna talk about this week's energy. And actually, before I talk about that, just an update for those of you that are local, that are coming into the office. The plan is to move this weekend. So that's finally coming together and I'm really excited about it. We're a little behind. I'm going to say we're behind schedule in terms of the schedule that I wanted, but here's the absolutely incredible thing. And we didn't plan this, but we're moving in on the day of the eclipse, right? So we're closing out this eclipse portal on the day that we move. And it's just so perfect. You'll see how perfect it is. We're going to talk about this energy that we have going on. May is just going to be an intense month, but it also has so much magic mixed in with it. So I always know if I didn't know when Mercury retrograde was, I always know when it starts, or I would know when it starts, just because I get so many messages from people like, what is going on with the energy right now? So let's start there. Mercury has now officially gone retrograde. So this tends to be a period, the challenges associated with this period are connected with things like difficulty in communication and, you know, little annoying things that are showing up in your day-to-day energy, things feeling slowed down, things feeling halted, things feeling challenging, difficulty with like travel and technology and things like that. This can be a time where people from the past tend to come back into our experience, but a lot of times it's people coming from the past in an effort to heal. And I feel like that's the important thing that we need to talk about here. A lot of times we can say, oh, Mercury retrograde and be dreading that period. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's never my favorite time. However, there's such a gift in it, and if we use it for the gift that it is, we can make the most of it, and it's incredibly purposeful. I think the human part of us doesn't like the discomfort that's associated with it, but it's incredibly purposeful. It's a time for us to reflect, and I felt it like immediately today. It was like this whole reflection. It's the day after my birthday, so I see this as like this first day of the new year, or of my new year. And so I'm just like reflecting back on this past year, but you might find yourself reflecting back, thinking back, deciding or exploring what's left to be healed, what needs to be explored, and allow the process to unfold. This is a time when we're supposed to slow down a little bit. This is a time when we're supposed to get a little bit more rest, meditate a little bit more, spend that time listening to our soul. We also have Pluto in retrograde as well. So there's definitely this period of personal transformation. This is an opportunity to evolve. This is an opportunity to grow, to transform. So use it for the gift that it is and allow it to happen, and understand that whatever is showing up for you, whatever is uncomfortable, it's showing you something, it's teaching you something, it's helping you with something. So allow the process to unfold. We are in the middle of this eclipse portal. I've been talking about that. So if you want to hear more about that, it's in my last 2 weekly videos. We started this portal on April 30th with the solar eclipse in Taurus, and we are now on the 16th, so I believe that's Saturday. On the 16th, we are shifting into this full lunar eclipse, and that is going to be closing out this eclipse portal. So notice what's been going on for you within this period of time, right? A lot of shifting, and I think to me, eclipse portals they always feel so much about like God, the divine, the universe, whatever you want to call that, picking us up and putting us where we need to be, helping to put us back onto our best life path, or to push us a little bit further in terms of what that next level up is, or where we need to be. So it's like really this shift into the divine plan. And I really feel like, especially this time, it's like there is this leveling up. There is this allowing ourselves, if we choose it, to shift into a more divine plan for us. And so your job is to listen. Your job is to pay attention to what's unfolding for you and to let yourself flow. I've been talking for weeks about not being too stubborn, not fighting the energy, if it wants to go, let it go. You know, if something wants to come into your experience and that feels intuitively aligned, allow it to come into your experience, because there's all these moving parts that are helping to get us onto our best life path, the life path that we're destined to go onto now. So you might be noticing, as we're preparing for this new chapter of things, what belongs in the new chapter and what needs to be, left in the previous chapter. What do you need to leave behind? What do you need to release and let go of? If you're trying to let go of something, this is a good time to do it. This is a great time to do it. So allow this process to unfold for you and allow it to teach you about yourself and to teach you about the work and the healing that's left to be done. And let yourself spend that time reflecting and processing all of it, because I think there's so much healing that comes with it and so much understanding that comes with that. So allow the gifts that are coming with all of this energy, and try not to focus too much on the challenges. Yeah, it'll be annoying, and it'll be sometimes difficult to communicate with one another or to speak our truth or to express it, but I think we really need to try our best to do that anyway. They say that Mercury retrograde isn't a great time to start something new, but if you've already I feel like a lot of the things that are starting during this time the seeds have already been planted, the things have already been developing. And I also am not a believer in completely designing your life around that. If something feels right, if something feels like you want to move forward with it, this is a great time then for you to move forward with it. So I think that we just ultimately need to be listening to our intuition. And I really very strongly feel like we need to trust in the unknown right now. Like I said, we need to release that specific vision of this is exactly how it needs to be, how it has to be. This is the job that I must have. This is the person that I must have. This is the way that it must be. And I think we need to give God that wiggle room to create something better, because I keep getting that message, there's something so much more than you can possibly understand. So we need to be open to that and allow ourselves to, as best we can, go with the flow in this energy that we have going on. So let's take a look at the cards that we have. So we pulled the High Priestess in reverse. I'm feeling like this is talking a little bit about the ways that maybe we've been really busy, the way that we've been pushing our way through life, and maybe we haven't been listening to our intuition as much as we needed to, and I feel like Mercury retrograde has this way of shining a light on what we need to see. Eclipse energy has a way of shining a light on what we need to see. And so if there are things that you have been ignoring in your intuition, understand that the truth will come out, that information will come out, that you will be shown, that you will understand. And you might not understand immediately, because I feel like this energy is a little cloudy, but that's the point, is to allow you to reflect, to allow you to slow down. I'm surprised I didn't pull the Hanged Man energy, because that's what I feel. The Hanged Man is taking that time out to really let yourself be shown here. But we need to be honoring our intuition. We need to be going within and listening to that. That is going to trump everything, right? There's been some changes, and part of that is in this move, right? Where it just made intuitive sense more so than it even made logical sense. Yes, it makes logical sense in a lot of ways. There's opportunities with that, but it really came more from that place of my intuition. And to be honest, there's been hesitation, but it's hesitation from a place of fear, not from a place of my intuition is telling me not to move forward with it, right? It's just change is hard, change is different, change is weird. But if your intuition is calling for something, we really need to be honoring that. The next card that we have here is the King of Swords. So I do think that we're going to find throughout this week that we are connecting with clarity. Pay attention to what you're being shown. The King of Swords to me is also about truth coming out. And I do very much feel that energy this week, where you will be shown the truth in things. the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, the information that you need to know in order to move forward with your life one way or the other, in order to make the decisions that you need to make for your life, in order to make the changes that you need to make to your life. So that may be an uncomfortable energy. It may not be. It might be like, oh, I felt it with my intuition. I knew that, but here we have confirmation. So noticing the things that are coming out and that you're being shown. Sorry, I have like a hair on my face. So this is an interesting thing that I want to show you guys with the card. So I pulled the Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, right? Right next to it, I pulled the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So we have a Knight and an Ace, a Knight and an Ace. Really, really interesting to me. So I feel like part of this message here is about, number one, absolutely new beginnings, right? Allow yourself to be open to new beginnings. Allow yourself to be open to the changes that are wanting to happen in your life. I also feel like there are things that are just, there are opportunities. There are things that are coming into our experience. There are gifts from the universe. There are offers coming in, and we want to tune into ourselves. We want to explore what our intuition is showing us in terms of what opportunities are better, what things we feel called to do. But again, the bigger message to me is about allowing it, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to go with the flow, allowing yourself to let these things that are wanting to flow into you, or to flow into your experience, right? So we have this Ace of Pentacles, and that for me is, can be money, can be, new money coming in, shifts in terms of your money in a positive way, a new home, a new office space, a new, just new, right? New security, new stability, new positive energy coming in. And I also think like the reason that I feel this Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse is it's the preparation for the Tower. I will be surprised if the Tower doesn't show up in next week's reading, because it's kind of that leftover clearing of whatever in our lives is not built on a stable foundation, not built on a solid foundation. So we're looking this week at what doesn't contribute to my stability, what doesn't contribute to the life that I want to live, what doesn't contribute to feeling secure and taken care of, like what isn't built on a solid foundation in my life, what is a little bit too all over the place. So I see us like taking a look at that, because we're deciding what we need to release, what we need to clear. And we have this Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Opportunities, gifts from the universe, go for it energy again. So you might find, and this is a fast moving energy, so which is different than the typical retrograde energy, but you may find that there are some things that happen and you just want to say yes right away. If you want to say yes right away, say yes right away. Go for it. Allow the new energy to come in, allow the shifts to come in, allow the opportunities to come in, allow yourself to receive and be open. Last card that we have here is the Two of Cups. Twin flame, soulmate energy, but this Two of Cups has just been creeping on all of these readings, and to me, I've been interpreting it lately as just like being provided with exactly what we need in order for us to move into this next phase of our lives, this new chapter of our lives, these new beginnings that we are starting. So we are going to be surrounded with the people, places, and things that we need to help support us. Remember that you are so supported by the universe. Remember that you never have to do this alone. But I also feel like there is, that Mercury retrograde energy of return, soulmates coming back together, or new love coming together, the people coming in that are here to support us and that are a really good fit for this next chapter that we're wanting to step into. So a lot of really positive energy. Your job is to look for the gifts. Your job is to let go of whatever it is that you're being shown you need to let go of. Your job is to listen to your intuition and keep following your flow, keep letting yourself reflect on all of the things that are coming up for you. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you soon with another video. If you made it all the way through and you haven't liked it yet, make sure you hit that like button. I always love to hear from you guys in comments below, and if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you. Bye.